Hola, ¿cómo estás? Hello. Oh god, stuff's falling. Hold on. Stay there. Stay there. Do not slide. Do not slide. I will tape you to this desk temporarily if you don't stop moving. Come on. My capture card setup is a bit jank. I'm still kind of... Well, I'm pretty much ready to go. I'm still sort of setting up. This tape is kind of jank, too. So you're having a chill Saturday so far? Why won't this tape dispense correctly? This unfurl. Normally, don't rip halfway through. Come on now. They're worse than the tape dispenser at work. What if I just tape these cords? I tell you, I got one tape dispenser at work that I want to throw through a wall. It is very temperamental. But that's at work, that's not here. Most of my tape here behaves. I'm gonna keep things on the weight screen just a bit longer while I go and mix paint right next to me here. Oh, wow, I said that like... No, I said that like 2 minutes ago. Are you that lagged behind? I don't know how far behind you guys are. Because I did it in code, like new encoding to like make a little in-between screen when something crashes and the stream stops for a minute. But it doesn't split the VOD up into 2 different videos. Oh god, you fell over. But like... Oh, yeah, no worries. Alright, let's turn off the screen blockers anyway. This pig is not a product I'm selling. I'm making this for a video. Oh, that makes sense. Okay. I'm making this pig for, like, because he's, like, my debut. Well, I'm keeping this one for work. But I'm gonna paint them in black spots, kind of like, Whoops. Maybe I'll do display capture and see what that looks like. This is... Whoop! That's too big. So I'm basing my pig based on that lad. No! Don't mess with the video capture, please. I'm gonna just block that and then take that. Where's display? Alright, I'm gonna leave this in the corner so you guys can see what I'm referencing. It'll be much bigger on my screen. Just right there. Yeah, Streamlabs can be finicky. It's weird how it, like, in the butt was a profanity thing. I don't understand. Oh, hello! I got a few of the Dreamer Cats over here because I'm going to paint them. This guy's the star of the show because I want to give them spots and I'm making them for work. Like, they're not a product at all, I'm just making them. And they're very easy to do because they're based on, like, the wild spotted pigs. Or, like, the feral pigs that we work with at work. Also, hello! I think they have, like, darker hooves. I'm gonna have to, like, find a pink in my supply here and, like... That's gonna hit the camera. There goes the camera. Goodbye, camera. Okay. Okay, I think red can work with red over here in the corner. Oh, the popsicle sticks are so... When I only just figured this out. Because these guys don't stand. And, like, the stuff doesn't stand. So I can do this and, like... Go, like... Paint along, and then put them down. Makes for a more stable base in that I don't have to touch them when, like, I'm painting. So I don't have to, like, frantically grab at them with my hands. Like, oh god, and then, like, get paint all over my fingers. I swear I have pink. Well, I'll have a lot of white mixed anyway. Or I have white on hand. I'm gonna make the brown now. It's like black with like the slightest hint of brown. Yeah, I only just figured it out today. I was like, wow. My trash getting closer to me. I think, like, the darker purple lads here in the corner are gonna be, like, Siameses, because I have two of them. Technically three, but I don't like how the cat I have nicknamed Sulk turned out, because, like, the bottom half of their goggles fell off. It's kind of lightened up. I guess the brown kind of lightens it up. I just need, like, just the slightest hint of white, because I don't like going, like, that dark. I don't want to, like... I mean, you can do both. I'm not going to be very talkative. Well, I'll be muttering to myself, but it's like... Where's the white? Where's the white? Oh, shoot. Oh, there it is. Okay. Yeah! Okay, that's not gonna work. I just need, like, just a smidge of white. Just, like, the tiniest little smidge. I don't need the whole thing. Do not spill the whole thing. That's good. I don't like going straight black with things, so I figure, like, just a hair of white would be fine. And then I'll take this same color and use it for other stuff. Possibly. I'm not sure. Perfect. I'm gonna try and stay in frame as I do this. Instincts are telling me to grab it by the head, but it's like, nope. I got, like... I'm basing it on this pig on the left here. No, I'm not staying in frame. I gotta stay in frame. Ooh! That would be cool. Although I don't know if I can even do that with resin. That's like the one... Although I could get like a figure that I'm not too attached to and try that with it. That would be nuts. That would be like one of the weird cats, one of the sit and grin lads. That I only ever paint bits of, not the whole. I put this on the wrong side. Oh, I'm not even in frame. Hell yeah. Painting inspiration is always good. I'll have to seal this with sealant. They got like a little spot. That tracks too. I just had a cheese sandwich earlier. I'm still in frame. Okay. I have to keep double checking I'm in frame. The best part about at least the pigs is, or like this pig here, is that like when I'm done with painting them, I can just snap them off the popsicle stick. Oh, the jar of salsa. The best thing about the pig, anyway, is that, like, they're based on the, other guys, which, like, I casted flat. Like, I didn't add any, like, mold release to them, and they paint really well. Drum and bass stuff, I love it. Okay, right, the neck does, this bottom part of the neck does not count. It is going to go under fabric. I'll probably have to make the nose and, like, the hands, like, a very, very, very washed out red to mimic. So you can't see in the picture because it's real small, but they got, like, the pinker nose and, like, the like a spotted collie look here going on with this side. Sit nicely. We'll get to a foot. How does a foot look? Do they have one back leg that's spotted in like another picture I'm looking at here, so let's just cover most of it. I think this pattern is brindled. Oh, there's a little stick-uppy bit I forgot to chop off. Where are my little clipper things? Ooh! I like that. Oh, Cookie Run! Yeah, I know Cookie Run. I played it for a bit and then got, I can't find it. Oh, here we go. Then switched to something else after a bit. Think I got it off? Okay, there was like a little bit of an imperfection on there that I had to fix. I keep forgetting to go in frame. They're not... The pigs are hairier than this, but it's like, I'm going for a conventional cartoon boy with this. A little bit more stylized. Up there it goes. I'm forgetting my own rules. I don't think any of my other stuff can use this color right now, which is unfortunate. So what I like to do is I paint one color and then I use it for like 12 other characters, and it doesn't seem like that's going to be the case with this one. Okay, that's gonna settle for now. I gotta wash the brush out. Oh, I can use this color. It can be someone's calico spottings, but the question is which cat, because I got some black ones. Yours. You can have the calico spottings. I've already made a... I haven't made a punchy calico yet. Come here. You sit back over there. some reason this paint sticks better on these guys, and their hair glossier than the other stuff I've worked on. Look at this little lad here, this little teal boy. Okay, I think that's the only one I can really use the colors with. I'm gonna put you over there in the corner. Off screen. Nope. Don't fall down. Sit up. Okay, that punchy one. So now I can't really use this color anymore. Wait, hold on. I'm gonna double check that you actually have good frickin' colors on you. I'm getting a magnifying thing to put like a visor over my head. Jury's out on if that will actually work, but you get a little smudge. A lad. Punchy turned out the best, with the sanding one being second. Yeah. Like all the— Nope! Stay up. Sit. Oh gosh, like a fancy— yes. They do have some bubbles on the hand, but that's not as noticeable because you generally don't look that direction. Like, if you're looking real closely, you're gonna see it. Because, like, of the way that thing's molded. Actually, I don't even need to mix it paint. I can let this dry and use it again. Take that out of the way for now. And I can— use some red. Oh, I set it up to where, like, people who are actively chatting, their cats stay on screen. Only to prevent, like, the whole, like, there's 20 bots jumping around and yet there's only really 2 viewers type situation happening. It lasts, like, 500 seconds, though. I don't know how long that is in minutes. Best thing about resin, if you paint on top of black paint, it doesn't work, but if you paint on top of resin. Oh, the pig is, yeah, the pig's an art doll. These guys are sort of, I guess they are all art dolls, technically. Like, they're not meant to be played with. You can if you want, but just don't dunk them in water. Oh! It's about 8 minutes. I just did 500 because it seemed like a good number. Enough time to, like, if you start idling a second, you're not going to vanish. I'll have to repaint that color, but at least it's a flat red and not, like, some crazy mix I have to do twice. And I know, like, I spent a lot of money making these little resin cats, but I think I'm still going to make these little ads $5. The two black cats are going to get, like, different stripe colors. You know, like, explore the options. I know the... Oh, I know, like, these guys are $5, if only for the fact that they're, like, they are the resin runoffs. So there's, like, no real thought put into them. They're just kind of like, okay, that's their stripes now situation. Yeah, you're right, though. I should, like... It's like a... If I don't make them cheap, some of them are not gonna leave. So, like, some of them I'm gonna, like... Like, for sure, some of them I'll make, like... reasonably priced, but I gotta have some cheap ones to get money from selling things. Maybe I'll bump these little cats to 10. The art dolls, like, these little ads here are a new thing. Maybe I'll make them 8 as well, or 10. I'll make them 10. These guys would be good as 10 because while they are kind of ramshackle, quick paint jobs, they're still not like the grinning cats. I still gotta figure out how to fix that back panel there. I can make these guys $10. I think. I'm still kind of sketchy on it. Yeah, they are more detailed. I may as well make them 10. People will be like, why are they 10? And I can say right there, like, the cats, the grin cats are runoffs, so they don't really need to be thought about too much. These guys do, and I have to do tiny, intricate details on their face. Especially with the line art, because by God, I even had to get, like, I even got myself, like, a magnifying visor. I don't have it yet, but it's in the mail, and when I do get it, it'll be great for... No, there's still mold lines. Great for doing the itty-bitty little line art lines that I like to do in these things. I'm killing some of the mold lines. Give me a second. Like, these dolls, the art dolls, like the pig and the cat, dog, rabbit, and I guess sheep and later cow when I get the materials for those, something like this is $35, because they're going to be like all dressed up, got a body, got a lot of stuff going on with them. With like the cheaper one, the cheaper 25 one being like one that's just naked. No paint job, just strapped in a body, that's literally it. So like Grin Cats are the cheapest option. These guys are if you want to get into Fighting Dreamers. Like, I would make them 15, but that seems a bit unreasonable for the size. I'll stick with like... Because like, yes, they take a bit, but also they like... They're small. And don't use up too much resin. I can make like 2 to 3. I can make like 2 of them at once and still have enough to make a weird cat. So your tail is wiggling. I don't like that. He didn't quite get all the way in the mold when I made him. So I'll make you tiny gloves to make up for the fact that I'm drawing right where your gloves would be. My next con is actually this coming weekend, not this weekend, but next weekend. Over at Mohegan Sun, again. Like it's a GamerCon, I think it's called. Oh, that's right, you were the one who bought Rusty. I'm getting very confused about... Oh, yeah! Hello, Boxhead. I thought you were not Neon Lion for a second, and I was like, wait, you live in Connecticut? Absolutely, like, I can tell you right now, I definitely won't have the pigs available for the con, but I'll have these guys, which is great. Because they're loosely based on my comic, too, so, like, it's like I randomly they're like the stream avatars. They're not as detailed as the proper series, and if I were to make the actual cats or something, I would... Like, the actual in-series cats, like copies of them, that's where I would boost them up a little bit. But these guys are, like, probably fine at, like, 10. I'm trying to thread the needle between earning what I lost through materials, particularly molding materials, but also, like, actually getting people to buy stuff. Because, like, people like the art dolls, but they're kind of scared of the $35 price tag a little bit. Even in a con setting. Where, like, people are kind of like, hell yeah, I'm gonna buy stuff at a con. Ah! That's so cool. That was kind of the intention with him, like, he's like an art doll. I like the idea. It's like my idea behind them was literally just like, I want to do something like Monster High or make my own. And then, like, I didn't have the resources at the time, but I did have resin. Yeah, Rusty is cool. He was like the first I did with like I made my prototype lad Pat first. With, like, a sock body. I think Rusty was actually the second made. If I remember correctly. If only for the... Because he was the first I did with, like, actually a fleece body. Whereas... Pat was a sock body. I mean, like, there's stands on Amazon that, like, are for 10-inch? They're not 10-inch. They're, like, the size of... They're like half the size of Monster High dolls. Almost like Cave Club height, honestly. I only know that because I was working with dolls last year. You know what? Let me get Pat. I can show you what I mean with his body. You stay up. Give me 1 second. I can actually get him. I'm waiting for this to dry a bit more or trying out random stuff in between bursts of working on this dude. I know the stands that I found that I have at the con work great for making them stand and also are reasonably height-wise. It was funny because, like, I had the taller stands initially, and they were a bit too tall, but I rolled with it, and then I accidentally bought, like, the new ones, and was like, oh, shoot, they're shorter than the... Oh, actually, this is perfect height. Oh no, I'm shifting my camera. I'm sorry. I have to like my setup is so bad. I can't wait till I move it and I figure something out better. Okay. Oh god, don't knock things over, please. Okay, we're fine. We're chill. I made it out. Come here, Pat. This is Pat. He is my very first one. And I kept him as, like, a prototype. And also, like, he used to have, like... I used to have, like, darker line art around the eyes and stuff, but as I made, like, black line art, I was like, I like this better. Rusty was also, like, had darker colors before just black line art colors on them. You can just barely see in the leg that there's, like, fluffy material. That is a sock. Not very stable. And also this thing someone gave... I brought him to Chicago with me to MFF. That was fun. And my friend gave me a bracelet, so now that's his necklace. Or I say his... I still call him they, them, but, like, his pronouns are he, they. I like to keep him neutral until someone... It's like a Beanie Baby situation where, like, the Beanie Babies present you with pronouns, but you can just ignore them entirely. Like I used to do. So it's like the same idea. But that's Pat. Whoops. He was the prototype of... Actually, this is probably a better angle anyway, because I can be like this. Yeah. He was the first of the cats. Then it was Rusty. Then it was Barnaby, which is sold already. Actually, I think most of the original set are sold already. Just very slowly. But I think, like, thinking about it, they are. But yeah. Here's another cat. That is just about... I just need to line him. Maybe clean up the green a little bit. These are the standy boys. Oh yeah, I made those with like the first generation of the, what do you call them, the resin dolls, and then I kind of lost track and stopped doing it. But I do like the idea of them being like Beanie Babies. The painting's a little sketchy. That's why I'm gonna knock them down to $10, but they're still. Yeah, they could be a nerd. I do like how they turned out. I think now that I have a ton of Sculpey, I feel like I should try and, like, make the main 3, but make them in such a way... But I've bought so much molding material over the space of months, like this past month. I need to chill out with that for a hot minute. But I would like to make the main 3 as, like, a similar style to these lads, but, like, you know, like, different vibes. I'm trying to think of what I'm talking about. Where, like, or make them in such a manner that I know the exact color they're supposed to be, and I can copy them, like, 3 times. Because, like, if they're this size, I can make... I think they're the same amount of resin in the little cups as, like, the Grin Cats, maybe even smaller. Like, I can get 3 of them in the same... Well, if they don't sell at the con, I'll pop them up on Etsy, and I'll give you guys the first heads up. Or I could just make another one. Because I do have the molds still. And with the con earnings, I can get more molding material and more resin. I think the next time I get more molding material, I'm just going to bite the bullet, get the gallon size. Because I'm getting the trial size, which is like half that, I believe. Right? Okay, sorry, I'm getting distracted. Like, not that you guys get first priority, but I want to see if they sell at the con first. Because they're going to be $10. But at the same time, it's like, I don't want to go reserving stuff. I'm just on the other I'm off screen trying to not make the paint as thick. I guess this is dry brush. I guess I'm basically dry brushing right now. I've never really, like, done it properly, but yeah. We'll see how they fare next weekend. I'll, like, maybe casually not promote them as much, but we'll see how it works out. Kind of like a keychain that someone designed at work because I was working on the little keychains. And I was like, quick, give me 2 colors. Or give me a pattern and give me a color to use on their eyes. And then they ended up getting that keychain, so that was fun. Like, I didn't know how the resin cats would roll. And they did okay. I got like 3 sales of them, which worked out. I'm just using really washed out red for this part. Still relatively intense. I need to like chill that out over here. Other off camera. Just chill it out. This is why I need the magnetized thing, because I am hunching like you would not believe. Actually, that turned out pretty good, washing it out like that. Like, it still kind of gives the illusion of, like, nail polish, but... And, like, generally when people draw pigs, they draw them, like... Ha, what? Why are you going, ha? Get more water in this. I mean, like, as my friends affectionately call it, they shrimp. Like, stop shrimping. Like, they tell, everyone tells each other to do that, because, like, I think everyone in our group kind of does it. I think some of the paint's still drying a little bit. Looks like he's got, like, the drunk nose. But I think once it dries out, it'll be fine. That's as far as I'll go with that. This needs a little bit of highlighting in some areas, because they got the... Hit the camera. Ah! There was a plate. No, plate. Okay, I got a plate down here with, like, watered down paint. I'm trying very hard to not let slide. Actually, what am I doing? Put it over here. I'm a reasonable there goes the paint hitting my legs. Okay. I got a great setup. Great setup. everyone. Great setup. I'm a professional artist. Well, not. I'm like a semi-professional artist, I would argue. Because this isn't my. The art dolls aren't my main hustle. I just like making them. Ooh, that's like just enough color to... You are very red. My god. That hand is a bit too red for my liking. I don't know if I like that. I can get, like, rubbing alcohol or something and just kind of kill it a little bit. Or, like, make this just a hair more intense to compensate. Maybe a little bit of the tips. Like a gradient. The whole reason of getting these sticks is so I wouldn't touch the paint. And what am I doing? I'm grabbing it by the legs. Don't do that. Yeah. Like I previously stated, I only just stop. Sit up. No. These things are very top heavy, especially this leg in particular. It just doesn't want to cooperate. Just like it keeps wanting to fall down. Like, stop. Kind of darken up the edges here. You can use just a bit more red, I think. Just a little bit. It's a treat. That was too much. Okay. There. Maybe just a little bit on the edge to edge it out a bit. I'm still thinking about prices and how, like, I'm still trying to figure out a nice balance of prices. Yeah, that's good enough. We're fine. This stream is also going to be, like, in a video I'm making of, like, how I made this doll. I have a YouTube channel called Manicat Doll Zone, Manicat 8X Doll Zone, where, like, I paint... Well, it used to be for Monster High dolls, but that ship has sailed long ago. Well, it's not gone entirely. It's just out to sea for a minute. It'll come back. And then I'll be excited about Monster High again at some point. But for now, it's like, that is way too red. But I'm doing the resin dolls is like to compromise that it's still my dolls. Like, it's still dolls, but it's not Monster High dolls anymore. It's these guys. And I never did specify in, like, my channel, like, oh, it's the doll zone, but it's not specifically Monster High dolls. It's, like, any dolls, really. Like these. The original art dolls that I make that I want so badly for a doll maker, maybe not necessarily Delightful, although that would be insane. Some sort of doll maker to randomly find it, like one of the ones that, like, does really ridiculous, like, Monster High stuff, and, like, to, you know, organically come and find it. Like, not just because I'm, like, promoting it or anything, because I don't really promote... Stand up. Okay, fine, you lay on the ground. Not because I'm, like, actively promoting the channel, because I'm really not. And just, like... be like, hey, this is cool. I want to customize one of the blanks. And then, like, they do something ridiculous with it, like with the eyes, because I personally have, like, a... Yeah, he has to switch over to his waking form, it's fine. But I just like the idea of like someone who's way more advanced in like the painting side of things. Like they'll customize the dolls with like the real cool eyes and stuff, and it's like that would be so cool if like just by pure chance someone came across it and made the doll, put it on the channel maybe. Or at the very least someone found it and made it and then showed it off later like, look at this thing. Like I got someone who like got a custom from me. Or no, got like a base from me. I haven't heard word from them yet, but they did say they would mention something by the time they get it done, which is like, hell yeah. Okay, you know what? The hands are just going to be a little bit more red. That's fine. That's fine. This guy isn't the one being sold anyway, so he's my first go at, like, painting stuff. Ooh, that would be fun, actually. I mean, I do have the blanks as an option on Etsy where, like, you can, like at the con, I just bring random blanks that people can mess with. But on Etsy, I have the option of, like, if you want a doll that's, like, a specific color, I can very easily the turnaround can take anywhere from, like, a week. Because I actually have to make the doll, or make the bits, but I can very easily cast something from, like, the molds that they have and, like, give them colors. Like, say you want it this pink, I'll do my best to replicate it again, but I can never do it the same way twice, but I'll get as close as I can from, like, experience of, like, molding other things at random. Who can use yellow? Or red. Who can use red? You. I mean, the blanks by themselves are usually 25. Because they're just casted and slapped together in, like, a body base. Well, a bit more through Etsy if you're, like, because of shipping. Oh, this is too watered down to stick. Like, say, if I have some other ones left over, but if they're, like, say I wanted to make my Fursona, which is basically this color, maybe a bit paler. It's more like, no, maybe not this color as much. Or like my Dreamer Sona, it would be like a paler version of this. It would take a bit of figuring out to get the color right. Maybe I should have, like, a custom blank and then, like, a random blank where you just say, like, I want this color. It's like, yeah, I have this color on hand. Or actually, no, they could be one and the same. I can just be, like, I want this color, and I'd be like, oh, yeah, that color, I have something very similar to that. I have this lad here, and then I show up, like, one of the art dolls. Like, one of the blanks that I've made already. Because, you know, sometimes you just make stuff, and you want to try random colors, or you have extra resin, and you're like, well, this resin's gonna die soon anyway, may as well make something out of it. Or, like, I attempt to make a particular color, and it just doesn't work, so I just, like, well, shoot. I like the Dreamer Cats, because the Dreamer Cats can be, like, weird colors. After GamerCon is done, I'll give it, like, another week to reconfigure listings. Because I'm realizing now I should just put all of the resin dolls into one listing. Where, like, there's rabbit, or have it in categories based on the hands. So, like, one listing would be for, like, the rabbit, cat, and dog set. Because they have the same hands and feet. And then one would be for, like, the sheep, and then, or the pig, and then later the sheep, and I guess the cow. I think I'm making a cow. Yeah. like, I'll make a sheep, then I'll make, like, a cow. The sheep is halfway done, like, with the molding. I didn't have enough molding material to finish it.
Is nothing short of a miracle.
Okay, there we go. You got some colors to you. Back in the corner, you go. I need to fix your ears, because your ears are a little grungy, but the stripes are fine. I'll get the big details on you. But, like, the art doll figures, these lads here, and by extension, like, the cat, dog, rabbit ones, they take they take paint really well.
Sound waves reaching the microphone are changed
It's these little figures that don't as much, because I used mold release right before, and they got a little shiny.
you can have.
But, like, these guys take, like, Testors paint, they take, like, fabric acrylic paint, like, which is what I'm using. They're very good with it. Oh, who should I give some red goggles to? I kind of want to wait until later to do that, because red is a pure color in this set. Where are you going? Up here. Okay. I need to fix you up just a bit more. I don't like how not defined this little pocket is. I wasn't paying attention. I love these little resin figures in general, because I always make them with little... because they're made of clay, so the imperfections in there, it makes them look like I made them all out of clay, which is technically true, I did, but just the original. Okay, you can sit back over here now. I'll give someone red goggles later. Okay, eyes for you now. What can be your eyes? I know pigs generally have, like, yellowy brown eyes. I think I'll do, like, a warm yellow. But, yeah, I just completely lost track of the first comment. Basically, the shop's gonna reopen before September ends. Like, late September at the earliest. Because I gotta do some reconfiguring. I gotta get all the resin dolls into one listing. Or all the mammal resins into one listing, and then, like, the barnyard resins in another. And those guys are still in, like, the prototyping stage, case in point. That'll come off in the shower later. I got paint in my legs. I had, like, a tan apron. I don't know where it is. Like, a proper apron. Oh, yeah, speaking of cons, I'm going to Kineticon tomorrow. At least, yeah, like, just, yeah. Yes, I'm going to Kineticon tomorrow. It's just gonna be, like, a quick little jaunt in a costume. I'm looking at this teal boy who's missing some markings on his hand. But it's like, that's fine, because I'm gonna give them gloves anyway. I might actually give them, like, a red armor, because I think they'll look really cool. Yeah, that con's nice, because they're, like, not letting people who aren't vaccinated in. Like, you either gotta be vaccinated, or you gotta have 48 hours of, like, being clear. Which I like. And I think, like, because we're in an area with, like, the mask thing... Like, the first selectman was like, hey, y'all gotta wear masks. And he's like, okay. I mean, like, I'm also wearing a fursuit head, so that's going to be part of the fun. Like, I'm gonna be... Yeah, our town's relatively good at this. I have orange in here. Where is it? I need orange with, like, a hair of brown in it. Maybe some yellow to brighten it up. But that would make it green, wouldn't it? Well, I can add some... But yeah, my town was pretty good with the whole thing, so I trust it. I wore a mask when I sold at Terrificon, and I'm gonna wear a mask when I sell at GamerCon. That looks like a peachy color, which is cool looking, but not what I'm looking for. Although, could you use a peachy color? Actually, wait, let's give you the peachy color while I have this available. me. Whoop. Someone fell over. Who fell over? Okay, I thought someone fell over. The first iteration of these cats is also not going to be like anyone specific. It's the next generation that I'll... Like, depending on how these go, like, if they sell really good at the con, that means they're... Actually, no, that's not really indicative of how they'll sell online. But I'm taking it as a... I'll have a custom option. That's not fun. Well, as long as, like, you personally are being safe, then, like, that's the most you can do, really. I maybe stopped wearing a mask for, like, a week, maybe 2, at work, because everyone was, like, vaccinated, or mostly vaccinated, and we're, like, in a warehouse, so, you know, hard to get exposed when the doors are open constantly, because it's hot as heck in there. But then I got paranoid, and then I went to the con, and I was like, you know, I probably don't have anything, and I'm probably chill because of the mask, but, you know, just in case, I'm gonna start wearing a mask. And then now we have to wear masks at work again. So it's like, well, I was already there anyway. I was a little skeeved out that we were even considering not wearing masks for a minute, and then it turns out, yeah, that was good to get used to it again. Really not that bad, honestly. Like, I get to wear pretty ones. People are making a big deal over the masks, and I'm just like, I don't wear fursuit heads. I don't wear the heads often when it's really hot out, but outside of that, like, if given the opportunity, I would suit in way more places, and, like, I've breathed through... Hell yeah. Yeah, we're pretty good here. And, like... At the con, it's like... Yeah, so you're like, if anything, you're like more prepared than most people are. But like I've worn a fursuit head with terrible ventilation because it was my first iteration of making it, and I didn't know how to, like, make the holes, and I walked around in that thing for like an hour. Still not as much as I could have, but definitely, but at this, yeah. Basically saying masks are nothing to me. A little weird at first, but I grew used to it. Makes me surprised that some furries are also in the same boat, or, like, in the boat of, like, I don't need masks. But, like, others are, like, for the most part, they're like, ha. Layer of cloth. I've worn, like, foam and fur for years, and y'all are complaining about layers of cloth or paper. Cowards. Sorry, I'm like, here's my legs. Oh, God. I mean, like, I say that, but also someone else I'm sort of friends with in like a Discord chat through of other furries that are here in the state, sort of, who were at the con when I was at the con, like in 2018. They are like, there was one of them who's like a deer, and they were like in there at the con, which was hotter than hell. Like, that con was hot. I was wearing, like, a resin head and, like a long sleeve and overalls. I wasn't even, like, fully suited, and I was sweating to death and dying. So, like, props to people who can actually handle that. I saw that. That may have been the one. Were they, like, gray with blue spots and a deer? Because I've seen them before. That's the one I'm talking about. They were saying, like, oh, yeah, I walked around at, Kineticon when it was hot as hell that weekend. It was like, what? Oh, I think I saw them too, yeah. I've definitely seen them. Where's the brown? No, I need the yellow to, like, cut it out a little bit to make it a little less... I think I did see them, though. I remember thinking, like, man, if there was an ability to, like, drop out of selling for, like, an hour and just check things out, I would have walked around in a suit. But Saturdays are usually insane. Like, Fridays are the dead day, and honestly, I could have just gone then and just checked a few things out. Does that look like a golden pig eye? I saw, like, I went to the Ren Fair in my town this past weekend, and, like, there was a dude in an otter costume. Valid. Wait, you have library? Yeah, we have Ren Fair over in Lebanon. Whoops, too much bread. I only just realized it was a thing, like, 2019. That's too dark, that's too dark, that's too dark. Ah! No, don't get all jumbly. I mean, like, everything's dry now, but I'm still kind of paranoid. There's a Ren Fair over in Lebanon, yeah, basically. And they have it going until, like October, even. It's great. I only went there, this is the second time I've gone? The second year I've gone, rather. The first year was, like, 2019. They had, like, a cat shelter thing there. And I walked around as Phantom at least once. Well, they got it going until October, like, Columbus Day weekend, basically. They've been doing it since Labor Day weekend, and they will continue to have it on, like, and they'll continue to have it on, Columbus Day weekend. But October 9th is, like, a Halloween party, and I'm gonna dress up in that. It's gonna be fun. I'm gonna be, like, I was, like, half suiting at that place because well, initially I didn't suit. Then I saw a dude in an otter suit, and then and also, like, a person wearing, like, a fox mask, but outside of that was, like, Ren Fair adjacent, and I was like, dude. And then I went there, and I saw one dude in, like, one kid in, like, a raptor mask. Which is cool, but I was like, man, I was hoping there would be more. But also, we got the whole weekend. I made a mistake. I'll cover that in line art. That's their eyes. Yeah, like, people kind of, well, I think they used to, some people bash on those, but it's like, dude, like, that's a good portion of the time. That's a kid just discovering fursuiting and, like, using that as a base. It is a perfectly valid base. 100%. Like, if you're going through any... I mean, yeah, that's fair. That's, like, the one drawback. They're not very varied. Does this look good? Yeah, let's give you orange patches. I think someone else needs to have orange goggles. With this shade. No, you should have blue. You can have this. I actually have 2 of those masks. One of them I think I got one, and then I couldn't find it. Like, I wanted to make it a raptor mask, and I changed my mind, and I didn't want to make it a raptor mask, but then I wanted to do it again. And then eventually just lost it. And then later I was like, I have this puppet that I made, like, 2 years back, like, the first time I went to the Ren Fair, and made a really cool looking, like, puppet, but the head, I was like, the head needs to be updated, so I couldn't find this first one. I got the second one, and then I eventually did find the first one, which is still floating. Yeah, it's right, it's on, like, a desk somewhere next to me, and I'm like, damn, I can't find it. Up. Oh, did it cut me off when I was rambling about making stuff out of blankets? Yeah, no, it just does that. It'll cut out. Intermittently, the stream cuts out. I'm gonna put her back. It happens maybe once every stream, so it should be over itself now. But anyway, I used to make, like, characters out of costumes, out of blankets. My Phantom suit is halfway blankets. And socks. Yeah, exactly. Speaking of that, I want to make a Skull Cat at some point. Like, I have a little Discord avatar that I pop up when I'm not doing, like, real-life painting like this. Like, honestly, I could have popped it up now, but I don't feel like it's a thing because my real hands are here. But, like, and I've gone through, like, at least an hour of the stream, and I haven't popped it up yet, so I don't really need to. But I also have, like, a ghost skull persona, where it's just, like, basically a cat skull floating around in ectoplasm that's, like, pink and purple tone, like my hair color is for my persona. Which is really cool. Who wants golden? I need to do your eyes a bit better. You sit over here. Who wants golden brown gear? Clean up your eyes just a bit more. This guy doesn't need to be as good because I'm not selling him. I mean, like, not that his detail should be great, but I'm not selling that one. I'm leaving that at work as a little mascot. But, like, there's this Skull Cat. I can even show you. Hold on. Give me, like, 2 seconds. I'm gonna pull up a picture. Oh, right. Just real quickly. That's a drawing a little character made. It's cute. There they are. This one. This is like something I want to make into a suit eventually. Oh, the ghost drawing. Yes, it's great. I have at least... Nice. I got at least, like, 3 personas now, basically. All the same character. There's a drawing of me just being me. I made a shirt on the spot. If I can find it, here we go. I have, like, ideas of, like, my Griffmew one that I have as my Sona now is, like, the producer, and then I had 2 webcomics, now I just have 1. So we have, like, the cat version of me is the director of the cat series, and then the ghost one is the director of the ghost series, which has since been discontinued. And then the little mascot lad that runs around in my, like, notification stuff is the little stagehand. And then the first iteration of the ghost version of me. But I'm gonna make, for Halloween, I'm going, oh, hey, here's these guys. Some of the dolls I made for the con, one of which sold. Look at notifications. Put this back to minimize. Guardian Ghost kind of, ironically enough, it died. But not from lack of interest. I think it was, actually, no, it was kind of lack of interest, because, like, it's a pretty solid plot, all things considered. But I got, like, real burnt out by it. And I was just like, something has to go, and I'm more passionate about fighting Dreamers. I have to kill this one. But I did end up making, like, a written version of how it was supposed to end. So at least the people who are coming in on it fresh are like, oh man, it stopped. It's like, here, have a Google document of me trying to figure out the ending. Although in that document, I should make, like, it picks up where the chapter stops abruptly. Yeah, yeah. I put it on the Tapastic version. I would say I also put it on the Smack Jeeves version, but Smack Jeeves has died. Even worse than Guardian Ghost has. No, wait, that's right, you're getting red. No. I don't know who should have this color as, like, gear color. Good contrast. Good contrast. We want you. Oh my god! Yeah, that's 2012. Like, the characters themselves are pretty solid. And with a little refining, I can make them even better. The comic itself started from, like, the very basic plot was a little bit rusty. And then as I evolved away from it, it only got worse. And I was like, I can't do anything with this. I really can't. All these plot threads I've made are just kind of, like, not working. So I just let it drop. I'll revisit it in the future, probably. Like, after Fighting Dreamers is over, probably. Make it a little less of a downer. I think that's what was really, like, making it uncomfortable for me, because, like, it is a downer series a little bit. Although I will say that my main character, Max, he kind of helped me figure out that I was Ace. Because I was researching that, and I was like, hey, that sounds a lot like him. Hey, that sounds a lot like me as well. So I'll recycle the characters at some point and use them for something better. I know for sure the in Fighting Dreamers, they have like a their own version of that show that is like the big show. Or kind of like a CW situation where it's like, actually, no, if anything's the CW, it'd be the Alpha Trio Chronicles series that they have in canon, which is basically like Doctor Who meets, like, the lore of the Alpha Trio. And, like, them going through episodic adventures of, like, different universes and having drama. And then, like, suspiciously similar to, like, the real trios of their era. Or, like, they're based on... There was a big gap of, like, the Alpha Trio in the main series, or in the real timeline. So the writers in, like, I don't know what year this was. I think they just, like, drama. Like, unnecessary drama situation. DRAMA. But, like, the characters in there, like, the new trio that they got in the series are suspiciously similar to our main three. Because, you know, the main three are the main three, and they're, like, supposed to be, like, really dramatized and really, like, bad end versions of the main three, like, if they continued to be really angry at each other. Like, they act good on TV. They're still snarky little mean heads, but... Like, you know, like, on the show, it's like, oh, at least they care for each other. And then off camera, they're at each other's throats. But I can keep this one layer. This is fine. And I hope I get a chance to actually show that off. Because I'm trying to, like, condense the story, but I'm also trying to... I want to show stuff. Like, I want to show the main three interacting with those three, and, like, Sandy looking... And, like, the one that's kind of a shout-out to Sandy, looking at her like, oh my god, you're just letting people control you because you're, like, the descendant of another Alpha Trio member. Like, don't do that. You can do better than this. Fight against it. You're just letting it happen. And, like... I'm not sure. The one that's based on... And there's also, like, a smaller idea I have of, like, at some point making Fighting Dreamers cats that are very similar to, like, the way I used to do them in, like, middle school. Or, no, high school. Because I was in high school in, like, 2005, 2006. Which is why the series is set in 2005, 2006. Because that's about when the Superhero Origins popped in. And I was like, I like this. I'm doing that. And they're like... They're going to be exactly like they were, like the main three were in high school. Like, superhero tropes and all, like, the gear's the same. The only difference is, like, their pelt colors will be different, and, like, they're gonna be more... Their body types are gonna be more similar to kind of mimic the fact that all of my characters look the exact goddamn same, because I kept drawing the same heads for the same characters. Oh, nice! I don't usually get to see that raid emote. Okay, right. I just went on a tangent about my comic. I love my comic. I think, like, because I was this whole week was basically, like... I have tea. This whole week was basically... me brainstorming, like, how would I make these characters into, like, extremely blatant knockoff, like, really only a shout out to myself to kind of see where I came from. And also kind of funny, because, like, it's basically Sandy Patches and Stewie, but it's, like, knockoffs of them that look very similar to each other. Where Stewie's, like, unnecessarily aggressive. Like, possessive of the one that's meant to be Sandy, and the one that's meant to be Sandy is, like, really passive and... you know, like, the classic good girl trope, or, like... I don't know, she was generic as hell. And then, like, Patches was the angry friend... Well, not the angry friend, but, like, the... She's pumping Stewie up to ask Sandy out or something. But I'm gonna call them, like, suspiciously, like, they're obviously very similar names. Oh, whoops. Like, the Sandy one's gonna be Mandy, Stewie's gonna be Stevie. And then, like, Patches might just still be Patches. Like, it is a very common name for cats. This one is like, he's a little bit wall-eyed. There he is. But, like, the Patches copy would still just be Patches, and the... I'm bad at names, too, but these are definitely meant to be, like... They're, like, a letter off or something. Like, this Stewie copy would be Stevie. And, like, the body... He's the only one who, like, matches Stewie exactly. They may as well be siblings or twins or something. But Stevie has, like... Because, like, back in the day, I used to draw Stewie with, like, a blonde tuft on his head. Yeah, no problem. It's all good. I'm kind of bad at names, too. It takes me a few tries, usually. Who wants to be brown? I don't think anyone should be brown. No one should be brown. No one gets brown gear. That's boring. I'm gonna recolor you again. I think you'll just be a tabby. Whoopsies, I dropped you. Good thing you're still being painted, because this paint chips off like you would not believe, and you're already starting to wobble off your base there. But that's okay. The whole point of the base is to make it just a little easier for painting, and if you drop off, that means I did a good job at not making it permanent. Although these ones do not stand very good at all, so that's a problem. Maybe I'll add, like, a little bit of something on their feet at a later point and just make it less precarious. Yeah, you definitely need like a spotting on your back or something. This brush is not very subtle. I need more brushes. That's because, like, just randomly thinking of, like, I know my family likes to do like a Christmas thing where it's like, okay, what do you want? Like, as long as it's under 20 bucks, like, we'll get it. And it's like, I will have to request like soft bristle brushes, like this green one here. I don't know what brand this is, but it's great for this stuff. I have other brushes for this doesn't work as well for the gloss testers paint, but it works really good for like the fabric paint. So I'll just be like, get stuff that's small like this, and like explain what I mean in detail later. Or just tinier brushes. Like brushes that, not like super tiny ones, I'll handle that because those are hard to find. But, you know, like moderately tiny. Something you could paint a figure with. I always struggle with that in that thing. My music stop? Oh, it's a slow build-up, okay. I'm excited for the con tomorrow. I get to go with my brother. My brother's gonna be Buckethead. We haven't gone somewhere just brother and sister in a while. I don't think we ever did to begin with, because he's always with friends. I like going places alone. But driving to Hartford is a pain, and I don't want to do that. Like, I could just go alone, and it'd be fine, and I can drive there. But Hartford's a city, and I live in the country, and I am not used to it. So, like, just the idea of having to go to Hartford scares me. Actually, the pig's good now. I can just start going to these lads now. So I'm going to actually... I mean, outside of the liner, but I usually save that for later because I have to be up and close with it, so... Stop falling over. Over here, my good friend. You're gonna fall over, aren't you? At least don't hit your eyes on things. Your eyes are fresh. Do not fall over with your eyes. Okay. Settle. There. Perfect. Alright. Off the table. Now we're just gonna work on these guys for the rest of the stream. Oh yeah, good point. I was doing a lot of, like... Do the arm stretch. Doing a lot of, like, sitting down and sewing. Well, not really sewing as much as, like, weaving ropes between meshes, and it's annoying. Yeah, I should get up and walk around, actually. That's a good idea. Like, I'll still be on stream. Actually, no, I don't need this anymore. I can just, There we go. I don't need display capture now. Oh god, oh no, my camera's running out of battery. Good thing I did stop and stretch, or I would have not noticed that. I'm trying to get these little cats almost all in one shot, so that at a later point I can, like, paint them all. Like, I want to get the base colors on there, and then all in one shot, just, oh god, there's stuff everywhere. Just paint them together. Just gonna put the charger in real quick, because the camera's not actually recording, it's just, like, showing, which is nice. Like, I haven't played Animal Crossing in months, but, well, not on stream in months, but I've certainly, Are you charging? Oh, no, maybe you're not. I don't know if it's charging. I can't tell. Are you charging? Oh my god. Yeah, I just played very recently, like a few days ago, actually. I just, you know, don't play. Why aren't you charging? Well, whatever. If it dies, it dies. We'll figure something else out. That's weird, though. Like, usually it gives me an indication when it's charging, and I can just, like, leave it plugged in and charged and just continue going, because it only starts yelling at me if it's recording, and it's not recording. Because it's just a... Are you charging? My friend, are you charging? Yeah, I should stand when I'm trying to figure this out. What the heck? Well, whatever, it's fine. If it dies, it dies. I have blue here. Come here, blue. Deep blue here. Who can use deep blue? I'm gonna set them up a little better now so we can all see what they look like. You don't want to stand up. I don't like that. Stop trying to fall over, please. I said that and he just dropped right to the ground. They just really want to switch to their waking forms right now. It's nuts. Can you not? Like, I know you're the standy boy and you don't do that great standing up. Oh, I need to clean up here. Ah! Well, there goes the brown paint on the floor. That's fine. It's in a tube. It's fine. We're good. We're chill. I'm gonna just real quickly off camera get the little details in your hand, because I just noticed I should probably get at the stuff with tinier details. That's part of why I need the magnifying thing, because, like, can't get down and dirty without hunching the foot away. Alright, that covers. The good brush is out, and that's what matters. Okay, so we got this guy. This one. Dude. Stop trying to fall over for 2 seconds, please. Thank you. This lad, which I might actually just paint red stripes too, because I think that's a cool color combo. We have this one. No. Put him over here. The punchy lads stand up fine, so I'm not too worried. But this is all the ones I have right now. I mean, to them it's basically sleeping on either side, so it's not like the... Are you charging with your HDMI cord or something? That's weird. I don't like that it's doing that. Oh yeah. I have more stashed to the side that I already finished. I just haven't done anything with these ones yet. And then the 3 that I showed off earlier are like... I also have the ones I have nicknamed Sulk. Just get them out without messing things up too much. Got a box back here. This is Sulk. And they look pretty good, right? You know, they're just kind of sitting there grumpy. They're missing half their goggles. And I don't like that, and I don't know how to fix it, so I'm going to put them to the side for now. I should have just stuck with my instincts and, like, kept the standing ones. Sorry for all this nothing. I got, like, not... It's not like I'm not stuffed. I just have, like, this back of throat thing going on. Yeah, you're gonna get red stripes. I'm giving you red stripes. I think that would be cool. That's brown down there. No one cares about brown. Where's red? Actually, no. I'm working with this blue. What do we get? Who is blue here? Maybe you have blue spots or something. Oh, wait a minute. I got an idea. Yeah. Blue. Da ba dee da ba die. I made like a weird brownish blue. I want to make this one a Siamese. But it's gotta be like more red. But I'll stick with this weird blue brown I've made. And put it on this one. And it looks the exact same. I need to make it more blue. Well, whatever. It'll look better in the light. He's in frame. He's in frame. It dries darker than it's gonna look. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to do the... What do you call it? The detailing off screen, because there's no way I can do this with this thing. Sorry if I like just randomly start blanking out. I get lost in the sauce. Friend. I also have to be careful with how I paint sometimes because it doesn't like to stick with these guys because of the mold release that I put on them when I initially put them. I'm gonna put you on the side over there. Okay, I also set them out like this to both to see what I have to tackle and also a way for you guys to see it, but I'm just going to put them off on like a box that's above these guys. Like as they're drying so they don't fall over when they're drying. This one is going to have to be like a white spotted one. I'll do him last. Siamese colors. You need just a hair of red in there. Or pink. Get some pink in there. Unfortunately, I used a lot of pink very early on in some other project. So that's not gonna work. Where's red? Where did red go? Get out of here. I wish that made a noise when it hit the wall. Oh no, there he goes. These guys in particular are hair triggering. I'm gonna have to figure out a system for making them stand at a later point. Not on live on stream. Can you just a drop bread? Thank you. I'm trying not to mix way too much because I have a habit of doing that, mixing way too much. Could be more red. It's like a... That's like ghost purple, honestly, what I'm mixing down there. You can't see it. But not this time. Such dramatic music for just painting. Oh, this like translates as a brown. That's so weird. Uh oh, you're slipping off already. We're Siamese, if you please. Just real quickly getting in those nooks and crannies. Yeah, this is basically ghost purple that I got going on here. Didn't even plan that. Yeah. Yeah, I could, yeah. Yeah, you know, I was gonna make them have be like a lilac point, but I don't need to do that. I can just make them straight up Siamese. Just leave it at that. Put that in there for now. Little socks. Paint some of that raw resin from cutting it up to make it stand good in the first place. You know, I should just put my hand through the tripod to remind myself to not go to the right too much. Or the left, rather. A lot scared of. Don't fall off, don't fall off, don't fall off. I'm not booting up the glue gun again just to tape you back on there. I can paint on top of the goggles later. They're a young Siamese. I feel you shaking on your base there, my friend. Maybe don't do that. Luckily your belly's not colored. That's okay, those just resin mixing cups I don't ever use falling to the floor. The resin kit always gives you like little mixing cups, and I find those things absolutely useless. Just use Dixie cups with lines on them. That's the way to go. And then put them in a bigger plastic cup, because you gotta toss them all anyway. May as well make it worth it. Or may as well make them like really disposable. That's actually pretty good, the little Siamese mouth. I've been giving them little line art for their mouths because I'm personally fine with them being just eyes, but sometimes people are weirded out by that. So I just give them a little tiny, like, chibi mouth. No nose still. But they get a little tiny little... cool. Yo, we got a Siamese. That's really all you need. You don't really need, like, the back part, especially if they're little. Okay, you can go and into the corner. The drying corner. Who else can use this? I can't really do anything else with this right now, so I'm just gonna lighten it up, make it for this guy's darker spots. Just a hair of white. Where's the white? Oh god, it's underneath this. Yep, there it is. Hi, white. And take out the paint. I got, like, damaged remains of... Oh god, I just realized you have some sore spots right there. I should... Oh, that's not the sore spot. That's, what do you call it? That's the hole in the resin. And I'll just give them gloves or something. Like, if it looks real bad, I'll give them gloves and it'll be like nothing happened. It's like that big brain meme. It's like... Whoa, like... Where, like... the mid-tier brain is, like, hiding the fact that you have scars on your hands with gloves. And then the biggest brain is, like... Gloves are a fashion statement. So, like, if you're, like, repeatedly wearing gloves, no one's gonna look at you sideways. No one really questions it. Like, you know, like you're wearing gloves. And just like, oh, cool, wearing gloves. So is like 10, 20 other cats in the same room. No big deal. Powers hurt your hands sometimes. Oh, yeah, right. Go through the thing, so I'm not going too much to the right or left. Oh, yeah, this works out nicely as a black patchy part now. I'm gonna have to, like, draw these guys little cartoon bases at a later point. More for my own, like, cataloging purposes and make them into NPCs. Although, if we're going with the lore of the story, or, like, with canon timeline, these guys exist in 2021, so they aren't alive in the Fighting Dreamers canon. Like, their grandparents aren't even alive. Or, yeah, like, maybe their grandparents or even great-grandparents. I keep forgetting that cats at 20 are effectively, like, geriatric. They are old as hell. So, like, trying to suss out, like, okay, so these guys had kids at this point, and then, like, the parents had kids at this, the kids had kids at this point is very hard. Like, assuming a cat, like, being 1 is like being 18, and cats generally wait until, like, 2 or 4. So, like, on average, they have kids a decent amount of times. Like, on average, they'll have kids relatively late, especially in this world, because it's, like, there's no need to have kids when you're young. Oh, of course, there's always exceptions. But, like, trying to figure out, like, okay, so so-and-so had this many kids at this point, and then, like, how many of them are alive now? If we're going in real time... You look like a Harlequin. Going in real time with the canon story where Fighting Dreamers takes place in 2005... And it's 15, 16 years after the fact, because I think the ending of the series might be, like, 2006. Like... I'm overthinking it, but I want to also like, this is for, like, me brainstorming, like, oh... Just kind of fantasizing, like, okay, who would be alive now in, like, Fighting Dreamers canon? Because the youngest cat, like, if they're months old, like Stewie or Molly Miles Ghost, they're, like, 16 right now. 15 or 16. Because they were only months old in canon. Not even a year. Oh, you got, like, little... shiny bits going on here. And the only exception to, like, the age thing is Ghost, because Ghost is functionally immortal. But that brings back the topic of, like, if Stewie had grandkids, and he does, because he has one bio kid in the future. I know someone is saying, like, you like, maybe don't spoil the future, but it's like, honestly, like, it's like seeing through the future like a precognition thing, where it's not totally confirmed. Like, there's some aspects that are, like, not entirely clear. Like, I don't specify... Well, I do kind of specify that Stewie's the only one left besides Ghost. I mean, I would argue that Miles and Molly might be back too, but even then, like, I haven't... Stewie's the last one of the main three, I can tell you that much. Like, as of 2021, he is the last one of the main three. That's about as far as I can get. Like, the timing of everyone else's deaths is kind of spoilers, I guess. They don't die in the finale. That's the only thing I know for sure. They do not die in the finale. Okay, you need, like, bright... Oh, yeah, right, you want to be red, right? You want to be red? You want to be red? Hey! Stop it. Stay. Oh, God, yeah, I know, like, I hate that. Like, I want them to live in the finale. Like, they're gonna, like... I'm not gonna just do, like, a cop-out and kill all the characters. That's for, like, soap opera stories, or, like, space operas? And the future's also kept vague because even I don't know what the total... Huh? He's always kind of been a little bit sketchy. Although this paint does chip off very easily, so I'll seal all of them at once. That's another reason to keep them on the popsicle sticks, and I might have to do that with the ones that I have on the side too. Like, just spray them to hell with, like, a sealant. Like, go to town. Don't even question. Just 2-3 layers, because this stuff chips off like you would not believe. The acrylic paint more, like, the testers paint more than the fabric paint. Like, the resin dolls take paint great, but these guys absolutely do not. Yeah, I mean, like, most of it is just, like, the fact that the brush strokes didn't quite finish off on them. Oh, you're talking the other guy? Stay up. You're talking this guy? Because they also kind of have the same issue. That's why these guys are 10 and not 15. Because if it was, like, really, really, like, high detail quality stuff, I would have made them higher price. But they're kind of, like, mid-tier. Still boosting the price, like, making them more expensive than the Grin Cats because they're, I guess, like, moderate quality, but they're not, like, super high detail stuff. I don't have the patience for that. Now, Sandy Patches and Stewie, they would be 15 because they are actually meant to be the characters, so I have to, like, properly make it. Like, I have to... They're not little one-off dudes. They're, like, the characters. I could also... Like, I want to make the figures and then make the mold. Oh, which red one were you talking about? Was it this guy? Oh, there's screaming going on in a TV show. Yeah, I think he's kind of got some brush strokes, but more or less is okay. I'm gonna go to town when I, like, just really go nuts with, like, the fixative. I might have to fix his tail a little bit. Yeah, let's get the red back out and do that right now, actually. It's flat red. Maybe you could be yellow. You should be green. I should make you have green, because people like green and white. Let's clean up little details here. Let's the stripes. This is too big or small to do this with. Like, this paint, because they're so smooth, the paint chips off constantly. And I wish I didn't put the mold release on it. but it's too late to fix that now, because now they're all gonna have that. Oh, wait, no, I made the mistake. Like, these slides are a little jank. And that's okay. They're not meant to be, like, accurate depictions of characters. They're just little dudes that could be around. I think that's part of why I haven't done the main characters yet, because, like, it scares me that I have to be, like, comic accurate with them. Like, I can't just, like, make something up on the spot. I have to actually, like, give them, the correct color resin and the correct color stripes. And I have to do it 4 times. Or I have to do it, like, a bunch of times in rapid succession. But I think my idea is I'll make the first one of, like, each type in, like, separate containers. Then I'll cast, like, 3 more of them. And then, like, I'll cast 3 more, and then I'll recast, and then, battery's dead. Why aren't you charging? Like, you are plugged in. Hold on. I'm losing, I'm losing my train of thought. Give me 1 second. This camera is being stupid. You are charging. You are charging, my good sir. I may have to switch to webcam. Like, this is plugged. You are plugged in. I don't know what you're doing. Like, what is your problem, man? What? Okay, hold on. This is being foolish. It's gonna cut out a second. Are you charging? I mean, like, it's already 6. Maybe I'll just end it. You're not even charging. What the heck, man? Why are you not charging? Does it only like being charged from the computer? Is that its problem? Oh, come on. Okay, yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna end it here. Because this camera's being a nuisance, and I think I have to charge it with the computer. Because it charged fine on the computer, but as soon as I do it through this way, it's gonna be dumb. Thank you guys for stopping by. Kind of an abrupt cutoff. Thank you guys for stopping by. I'm going to continue to work on these guys in the background. And I'm gonna have fun at the con tomorrow. See y'all later. Kind of an abrupt cutoff. I apologize for that. Alright, see you later.